Between the hills, the stars, the sky, the river so clear, river so clear.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And welcome to the home of Unitarian Universalism in Bismarck, Mandan. In our Unitarian Universalist community, we celebrate a diversity of beliefs, and we are guided by the 7 principles, which are printed on your order of service and can be also found on our website. As we gather this morning, we acknowledge that we are in a place with a long history. We are in a place to which Nueda, Hidatsa, Sanish, Dakota, Lakota, Titsas, Métis, and Anishinaabe peoples all claim belonging, connection, and deep knowledge. In recognizing all our relatives here, human and more than human, may we honor who and where we are today and find a way to be in right relationship here. This congregation is a place where we gather to nurture one another, to be supported on our life journey, and to put our beliefs into action through work in our communities and the wider world. Let us join in a spirit of meditation, reflection, or prayer as we deepen into our service and share our opening words for this morning. This reading comes from our gray hymnal, number 431 by Barbara Wells. O spinner, weaver of our lives, your loom is love. May we who are gathered here be empowered by that love to weave new patterns of truth and justice into a web of life that is strong, beautiful, and everlasting. We join Unitarian and Unitarian Universalists all over the world in lighting our chalice. Would Maren please come up to light the chalice? The chalice is a symbol of the spark of life in each of us. If you are on Zoom and have your chalice with you, I invite you to turn on your video to share while we light them. We are in good company. Thank you, Maren. Our chalice lighting words are number 448 in the gray hymnal by Christine Robinson. We gather in this hour as people of faith with joys and sorrows, gifts and needs. We light this beacon of hope, sign of our quest for truth and meaning in celebration of the life we share together. We are now going to begin our service of child dedication. In your order of service, there is a pink sheet that shows the readings and responses. Out of the infinite, our children come to us, a miracle of incarnation. Out of the mystery beyond knowing, into the here and now, our children are born to us. With stardust in their hair, their hearts beating out the seasons of eternity, with a shining in their eyes like sunlight, they come. It is our privilege to welcome them. From time immemorial, people have assembled with their families and friends to give thanks for the gift of life, which all things come. And we rejoice in the hope and promise of these young lives before us. At this time, the following children and their parents would come forward to the front and bring the pink insert with you, please. Will Gerald Lemick, Maeve Gerald Lemick, Jack Gerald Lemick, Anna Goebel, and her brother Eddie Goebel, who has.
Why have you chosen to dedicate your children?
We bring you for dedication. We treasure you, and we will love you and cherish you all your years of our lives, because we lovingly chose your name and we bless it. It is our hope that you will go forth with courage and honor and peace all the years of your life.
We welcome you, Will, Meave, Jack, Judah, Isla, Anna, and give a re-welcome to Eddie into our congregation. A child is a gift of love, a sign of hope, at times a test of faith, and always a reason for rejoicing. Today we share in the joy you feel as parents. In bringing your child before us, you acknowledge the great responsibility that has been entrusted to your care, to nurture and love and to rear your child with a deep sense of respect for his or her or their own worth, the worth of others, and the larger world of which your child is a part. To this end, will you care for your child in body, mind, and spirit by teaching your example and your love? Will you help your child find a satisfying purpose in the world? Will you lead your child in the ways of truth, justice, and love?
We will.
And now, as a covenant by the congregation, the children of our fellowship are precious to us, for they are gifts of love sent not only to be in our care, but also to be our teachers. Will you, the members and friends of the Bismarck Mandan UU Fellowship and Church, give these beloved children your affection, acceptance, and respect? And will you nurture them by your example to live a life of authenticity, faithfulness, compassion, and joy? Sacred source of all life and source of these young people in our midst, we are in wonder at the miracle of birth, and we are overjoyed with gratitude for the precious lives of these children. Grant to these parents and to all those who surround these families the wisdom and courage and strength to lead these children in the journey of their lives. May this congregation be for them a firm root, a circle of love, and a source of vision. Amen. The gardens of the world are full of many flowers, each different, each beautiful, each unique. May this flower remind us that all our children are like these flowers. Each is different, each is beautiful, and each is unique. Everybody, Will, please go and get your flower. Plus, it's fun to say Will. Will Gerolamek. Sorry, Meave, I beg your pardon. Maeve, will you go get your flower? And I know better than that. Pretty. And Jack? We have one for Anna. And Brother Eddie will get his later. We also have a gift for each of you. Your own little book about the principles we try to live by, and a poster you might want to hang in your room. So if you'd go up and get your, I don't know why I did 2 trips, but what the heck. Meave, if you'd go get your present. And Jack. And then Anna. And you can give Eddie's to Molly too if you want, Don. And now if you read with me the unison closing, please. And so, dear children, families and friends, deep peace of the running wave to you, that is joy. Deep peace of the flowing air to you, that is love. Deep peace of the quiet earth to you, that is health. Depart in peace, joy, love, and health. All right. Yeah.
From the light of days remembered burns a beacon bright and clear, guiding hands and hearts and spirits into faces free from fear. When the fire of commitment sets our mind and soul ablaze,
this is a special day for our congregation. Child dedications and in-gathering members is a time to welcome new people, and as well as to rekindle the meaningful relationships we all have with this community. UUs come from many different places and from a fascinating variety of journeys. Some grew up with religious experiences. Others of us found us without experiencing organized religion. We are a relational community rather than one with a set of dogma or beliefs. Our 7 principles and our life experiences serve as our meaningful guides on our journeys. In the Unitarian Universalist Association, member congregations are self-governing. In our congregation, people become members by signing the membership book, supporting the fellowship's goals, principles, and activities, and making an annual contribution of record, either monetary or volunteer support. A little bit of history, and I have resisted my history major and preparing these remarks today, so we'll be brief. This UU community was started by a bunch of Bismarck Mandan families who realized together that they just did not believe what they heard at their Christian churches, but wanted to have a place to find community and meaning for themselves and their growing families. This was in the late 1940s and early 1950s. The official founding was as a Unitarian fellowship in 1952. Betty Mills is the remaining founder. She has, over the years, provided us with leadership and many, many inspirational talks that they're recorded and written down, so we can all continue to enjoy them. The denominations of Unitarians and Universalists joined together in 1961 and became the UU. This congregation has been mostly lay-led. We've had UU ministers in the mid-1980s, and again from 2014, I think, until about 2021. We really did get used to having a minister this last time around, and we are planning to do that again in the near future. Community engagement over justice in our community has been a major part of what we have been about and have done from time to time. My wife Karen and I became members on March 27, 1988. I looked it up. Yeah. Our first child, Alex, was born later that summer. Some of the fondest memories of at that time is our 2 children, Alex and Nicole, playing with Steve's 2 daughters in the back, crawling around and with other kids together during the services. So some things have not changed, and we're really happy about that. Right off the bat, during that first year, I remember going for coffee with Dennis and Susan Lyon. We had some really good conversations and got to know each other better. In the congregation, we had potlucks and a lot of discussions. We actually were a smaller congregation back in 1988, and we were lay-led then, but it seemed that there was a lot going on. Another thing I remember it being was really refreshing to be here. It felt safe to be here with like-minded people. We were happy to have found a place where we could be who we are with others in community. Karen and I both grew up in liberal Christian churches, and that experience was a positive community family outside of our homes. There was a sense of belonging, multi-generational, and we wanted the same kind of community for our children and ourselves, and we found it here. Today, this congregation is a community that likes our time together on Sunday mornings. We still like potlucks, dessert parties, movies, book discussions. Most any discussion will do, and we'll find willing participants. So this morning, we are happy to welcome 12 people to membership in this fellowship. We look forward to sharing our ideas and gifts, and for your participation, thoughts, and ideas, perspectives that will continue to enrich our community as we evolve into the future.
The boys grew up with the Hathaway kids and with Quinn and with so many others, and I just feel like it's been a really important place to ground ourselves, especially as the state has gotten a little crazier. So I'm so proud today to have my children here and to have grown up in something that they're committed to, at least in this way, that this is a place where they're spiritually grounded. If they attend much, that doesn't bother me. I know that their hearts are here.
Former member of this congregation since it was founded. My parents, Gaylord and Abigail, were one of the people with Betty Mills and other people who were involved in getting this organization going. And this is a broad organization, much broader than Catholic or Protestant organizations. And I'll give you a little talk about my father, Gaylord, who was in the newspaper business here. And he, of course, was one of our teachers to the 5 of us who were among the young people going here. And he wanted to teach us that the world was bigger than what you'd learn in a congregation like this. So one Sunday, he took our congregation, our young kids, out to the University of Mary. And they went up into the tall tower and could look out and see the small hills out there. And he said, I want to let you know that the world is bigger than a little group of people. The world is bigger as you can see it, and that's part of your life. The world is bigger than you can survive by a small group, so enjoy it.
Yeah, I came here in 2009, 10, not sure. Mostly because I wanted my kid to have a foundation in something other than when we all hit that existential, emotional, something crisis in college, I saw a lot of friends go to a way that I thought was really bad. And Quinn hasn't come for a while. He's like, oh, yeah, Unitarians, I think I've said this before, they hug each other, they love everybody, they sing all the time. I'm like, God, how terrible a parent am I? So he was going to a Buddhist Sangha for a while, and he joined it like last month. And then he's like, yeah, I left those guys. I'm like, what? He's like, well, they thought they were the one. Back to the story. They were the only one that knew how to believe and knew how to behave. And so I thought, okay, you're not coming to this church, but you're using your head like this church. And that's all I want, is some sort of a foundation. And for me, it was a huge deal to come here for the first time of my own volition, not with my grandmother, not with my aunt. It was like, whew, I'm choosing to come here. And that's been true since 2008, and it's been worth it.
In preparation for our ingathering ceremony, let's read together number 442. We bid you welcome. We bid you welcome, who come with weary spirit seeking rest. Come to troubles that are too much with you, who come hurt and afraid. We bid you welcome, who come with hope in your heart. Who come with anticipation in your step, who come proud and joyous. We bid you welcome, who are seekers of a new faith. Who come to probe and explore, who come to learn. We bid you welcome, who enter this hall as a homecoming. Who have found here room for your spirit, who find in this people a family. Whoever you are, whatever you are, wherever you are on your journey, we bid you welcome. This morning we are honored to welcome 12 fellow adult seekers and their families into our congregation. They have walked among us and have found this religious community meaningful, nurturing, challenging, and now have chosen to become members with full privileges and responsibilities. Ours is a community of individuals searching for truth within ourselves while requiring no creed, a community which respects the dignity and worth of every human being and is working for justice beyond our doors. We come together each week in appreciation of the transcendent as we understand it, to measure and practice our values, to teach our children and ourselves about religion and life, and to practice hospitality and companionship for our lifelong religious journey. As UUs, we have inherited the legacy of religious independence, free thinking, and self-governance shaped by many different perspectives. Every Unitarian Universalist congregation is self-governing with the authority and responsibility vested in its membership. Each member, new or long-standing, enriches this religious community with their presence, time, talents, and financial gifts in our common quest for truth and meaning in life. At this time, I invite the following seekers and their families to come forward. As I name each person, I ask that you and your family join me and Liz in front. Each adult will receive a candle lit from our flaming chalice. Eileen McNally, Matt Gerolamick, and Christy Ringenberg. Alice Renewal, Anita Hellman, Faith Schwartz, Gabriella Balf, Wyatt Peel, Ryder Peel, Owen Peel. The Peel boys were dedicated here as infants.
The flaming chalice symbolizes the spirit of our work. May your separate flames remind you of the light of truth and knowledge, the fire of love and compassion, and the warmth of our shared community.
Our mission is to support, challenge, and inspire a sense of purpose and belonging that calls us to be agents for change in an unjust world. In the words of Elizabeth Selig Jones, we extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are all together again. You may extinguish your candles, and Liz Anderson will present our welcome gifts.
Yay, welcome back. Anita. Yay, Anita. Elise. Yay. Eileen. Yay, Eileen. Thanks a lot. Matt and Christy. Yay. Camila. Yay.
We will extinguish our chalice with these words from our gray hymnal, number 456 by Elizabeth Selly Jones. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again.
And the world will be a better place, and the world